everyone, Zeddy here again today with another showdown in the Badlands card review, and oh boy, is Demon Hunter gonna break Hearthstone yet again? That seems to be the only thing Demon Hunter does. It's either not good enough, which is pretty rare, or broken, and people hate it. Well, they're getting some Naga support, so what are they gonna do? We'll take a look at that. If you want to win some of these cards, we're giving away 2 regular pre-orders, 2 mega bundles out of my pocket. All you have to do to enter that giveaway, like and comment in the video description below, be subscribed to the channel, and if we hit 75,000 subscribers by BlizzCon, November 3rd and 4th, I will add another mega bundle, so hit that sub button, make me go broke. So let's take a look at Demon Hunter cards. Not one of my favorite classes in the world, but sometimes there's some fun stuff. I like playing old Soul Fragment Demon Hunter. And starting off, we have the Oasis Outlaws, a 1-mana spell. Discover a Naga, not a spell. If you played a Naga while holding this, reduce its cost by 1. So basically, this will get activated by another Naga if you're playing that, and if you don't, you could just flat out discover Naga if you want and get no mana cheap. But let's say you just played any Naga, you get this out for 1 less, and it goes pretty well with like a Wayward Sage Outcast. You can like get some mana cheat. You might make this 0 mana and then make your Naga 1 less as well. These are currently in standard. The Nagas you want to play, not amazing. None of them really see that much meta play since Lady Estino got nerfed. And if we're looking at neutrals, at least to get an idea of what's going on with Nagas, you got some decent stuff here. Lady or Queen Ajara is one of the bigger hits. I don't think you want Naga Giant, 19 mana Naga Giant. Still probably going to take too long, but you get an idea of like School Teacher can be pretty good. The new Snake Oil Seller, maybe you want to play that. But overall, not like the craziest hits, but obviously there's going to be more to it than that. So you discover Naga, you might get some mana cheat on it if you play it off curve, or like you play your 1-drop and coin this, you can get a 1 mana discount or whatever. Seems decent. I get Demon Hunter just always seems to get like a new archetype every expansion, and it's just a lot of them don't work and some of them do. I have no idea if this will work out. I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5 in standard, a 2 out of 5 in wild, unless like the Naga stuff is like you really want a lot of Nagas, which one of these cards indicates you probably do. I don't know. Actually, you know what? I'll bump it up to a 3 out of 5 in standard. It's still 1 mana discover a specific tribe and get possible mana cheat on it. I feel like it's gonna see play as long as the Naga archetype is somewhat playable, right? Like you're going to be playing this cheap discover spell. So yeah, I'll give it a 3 out of 5 in standard, 2 out of 5 in wild. We have the Parched Desperado, another Naga, so one that you can discover, a 2 mana 3/2 Naga, Battle Cry. If you've cast a spell while holding this, give your hero +3 attack this turn. Well, that's really not very hard to accomplish. You got the coin, done. You play that 1 mana discover card, Illidari Studies, Chaos, the Fell Chaos spell, Unleash Spell, a million spells Demon Hunter likes to play. And then, yeah, you get +3 attack. It's almost a heroic strike on a 3/2. It's a little worse than that new card we saw. That I think it gives +4 attack if you cast like 5 spells this game. But the condition obviously way easier on this. Seems good, and Demon Hunter likes getting that plus attack, especially if they got like a lifesteal weapon going. Perhaps they get a lifesteal swing on top of it. Seems solid. Again, I don't know so much if this Naga deck's going to work out, but again, it's a good card. I don't feel bad playing this. It's a premium statted minion with a tribe with a really easy condition to get +3 damage, and that burn obviously can add up with all your different cards you're playing. Again, I'll give it a 3 out of 5 in standard, a 2 out of 5 in wild. Maybe if it was like odd cost. Although when's the last time I saw an odd Demon Hunter in wild? That's like going back now. Demon Hunter in wild, there just isn't a lot outside of like quests, and yeah, that's the last thing I remember seeing in wild. So yeah, I'll give it a 2 there, but again, like not bad. It's certainly a passable minion that easily could just play it on curve, trade off, kill a minion, and then maybe push damage with this if it survives. But everything dies these days. It's pretty hard to stick any minions. Part of the reason why like combo decks are so prevalent, like if you can't stick a minion, how do you kill people? Anyways, we also have Load the Chamber, a 3 mana bell spell, so pretty expensive for the effect of deal 2 damage. That's pretty awful. However, of course, there's more, and this is a weird one. We haven't really seen that I can think of an effect like this where it says your next Naga, Fell Spell, and weapon costs 1 less. So I guess once like you play one, it'll like take an activator away, and you'll see that the next Naga won't cost 1 less, but you still have a fell spell that costs 1 less and a weapon that'll cost 1 less. So it's effectively 3 mana deal 2, right? Which can go face. It's to anything. It's a fell spell itself, and it gives you -3 mana for 3 mana. It's kind of 0 mana deal 2, but like trading its mana all over the place, right? So you want to play Nagas, you want to play fell spells, you want to play weapons, but maybe you don't even care about discounting all these things. It might not be omega relevant. Maybe you just get -2 mana, you're happy. It's a really weird card that is very Demon Hunter in the fact that it cheats mana. And of course, you could load the chamber into load the chamber, because this becomes 2 mana because it's a fell spell and all of that. So there are some synergies going on, and I imagine the effect would stack, whereas you play 2 of these in a row, then your next Naga would cost 2 less, your next weapon would cost 2 less. Obviously your next fell spell would only cost 1 less because you played another fell spell. But I wouldn't sleep on this card. It could also be terrible. It's so different and weird, but I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 in standard, 2 out of 5 in wild, just because like I feel like there's something here that just feels wrong and busted. I don't know. I see that much mana cheat, I can't help but be like, yeah, something's gonna go here, something's gonna break with this, something is happening, and yeah, they're gonna load the chamber and shoot it like in my face. And lastly, we have a new epic card here in the Blind Eye Sharpshooter. This looks like the Spite Lash Siren, as we have a switch thing here. After you play a Naga, deal 2 damage to a random enemy and draw a spell, then switch. So my understanding is it's after you play a Naga, you get this effect. The switch means then after you play a spell. So then you play a spell, deal 2 damage to a random enemy. Of course, this could go face, it could hit a minion. You get in card draw, and then you play a Naga. So obviously you don't have infinite mana. It's not quite like Spite Lash Siren, which would give you 2 mana crystals every time you play these things, right? It's similar in that mechanic where, yeah, you can do a bunch of damage. You can cycle your deck. That could be really good. And you can bank those mana cheats that we saw, right? Like this could be 2 mana, then your next fell spell could be cheap, play that. So there's possibilities. This, I mean, I would say historically these cards have always been broken because Spite Lash Siren was, but that refreshed mana. This isn't an infinite mana generator, but it is like a really cheap auctioneer that's dealing damage, and I'm not going to sleep on this card. It's pretty scary. The fact that you can play it for 2 or 1 mana if you you know, you stacked up your the prior spell, right? You could just kind of go off with cheap Nagas, cheap spells. You can get 0 mana spells. I believe you still have that that one spell that used to deal 3 that's 0 if you played a Naga, that's still there, that can cycle. So this could do a lot of damage, cycle a lot of cards, and create a lot of salty rants if it's really, really good, because we've already been through this with Spite Lash Siren to an extent, and now we're getting it, instead of refreshing, we're getting damage and card draw, like dirt cheap auctioneer. So I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5 in standard, a 4 out of 5 in wild, where this could be a thing. Like wild has the ability to break stuff like this, so you might play it with the quest line and discount a bunch of stuff, right? And then play this for dirt cheap and you're completing your quest. Look out for this possibly in wild with questline Demon Hunter. It could be a thing, right? Because you want to draw cards, and those spells you're drawing can do that as well. So look out, you just need enough Nagas to get there. And I guess that 1 mana discover a Naga spell does seem a lot more appropriate there. So yeah, seems like a really powerful card. We'll see. That's only 4 Demon Hunter cards. There's 2 more reveals later today, including a Highlander Legendary for Demon Hunter. So stay tuned for all that. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.